Hello students, this is our fourth lecture of the marginal costing. In this marginal costing, we are going to study a new topic, that is a key factor. Let's understand what is a key factor. Basically, each and every production unit has to maximize their profit in any way, but there is some limitation over there. So, in the considering of that limitation or the factor, and we have to try to optimum output from that sources. As you all know, the sources are limited, right? So there is some limitations there, just like the scarcity of the labor, sometimes scarcity of the material and the plant capacity, etc. Various limitation over there. So to the overcome of the limitation, we are going to maximize our profit in such a way that we can use that whichever available resources are, and we can use that up to a maximum or optimum level. That is key factor. What is a key factor? If you are having some limitations or limited factor, that factor known as a key factor. In the consideration of that key factor or limited factor, you are going to optimize your output, right? So let's start with the illustration so you can easily understand the key factor. Let's start with the illustration number 14. A company manufactures two products A and B for which certain material used in a short supply. That means the material is known as a key factor. Material is a key factor. According to the production capacity of the factory, 100 units of A and 500 unit of the B can be manufactured. For the manufacture of the 1 unit of the A, 10 kg of the raw material is required, and the 1 unit of the B, 8 kg raw material is required. The total raw material available is 11,000 kilograms. So selling price of the A is 80, per unit price B is 60, variable expense per unit in respect of the both the products is 55 and 30 respectively. How many units of the both the products should be manufactured to get the maximum profit? So ultimately we have to maximize our profit using that we have a scarcity of the material, that we have only 11 kgs material. There are various two products A and B. A is selling price is 80 rupees and the B is selling price is 60 rupees. So how much we can produce of the which unit of the A and B can be produced, that we can maximize our profit. So let's start with the calculation. Illustration number 14. A, there are two products A and B. The maximum capacity of the product A is 1000 units and for the B is 500 units. Selling price of the both of the product is 80 and 60. Variable cost is given. Variable cost of the both of the product 55 and 30 is given. Then the required material of the 1 unit. Required material of the 1 unit. In the A, it will require 10 kg and in the B, it will require 8 kg. Right? Let's start with the calculation. Always first, step 1, calculate the contribution per unit for each product. So, first step is contribution per unit. As you all know, what is the formula of the contribution? Sales minus variable cost. Selling prices for A is 80, for B is 60, minus variable cost 55, 30. So contribution of the both of the product come for A 25 rupees and for the B 30 rupees. Right? You can see that the selling price is higher in the A. So we can assume that the A is a beneficial. But no. Variable cost of the A is also greater than comparative to the contribution, the B is more profitable than E. That is, contribution is 25 and the B is 30. Now step number 2, we have to find out the contribution per unit of the key factor. Key factor can be anything. It can be a material, it can be a labor also. So step 2 is contribution per unit of key factor. So A, B. Contribution we have calculated 25 and 30. How we can find out the contribution per unit of the key factor? Contribution divided by raw material consumed. Here key factor is raw material, so it's come raw material consumed. For the 1 unit of the A, 10 kg is required, so divide by 10. Here it will come divide by 8. So it will come 2.5, 25 divided by 10, it will come 2.5. Now here 30 divided by 8, it will come 3.75. 3.75. So which is the more profitable? Comparing to the contribution per unit of the key factor 25 and 3.75, which is the more profitable? B is the more profitable. Thus the contribution per key factor unit is 3.75. So first we produce the product B, then the remaining part we are producing the A, right? So let's find out the optimum mix. Optimum mix. So total available material 11,000 kgs. Out of that, first we have to going to produce the product B, just because it is a more profitable, right? So for the one unit we required 8 kgs, and the total maximum out can be produced 500 units, right? So 8 kg into 500. So 8 into 500, it will come 4000 kg. That means for the production of the B, 4000 kg material used. Remaining 7000 kg can be used in a production of the A. So maximum we can produce 1000 kgs, right? 1000 units. But we have only 7000 kg right now. So into 1 unit it will require 10 kg. So 10 into 1000, it will come 10,000 units. But we don't have a 10,000 kgs. We have only 7,000 kgs. So production of A is equals to 7,000 divided by 10 kg. 7,000 divided by 10 kg, it will come 700 units. That means the optimum mix is for A we are going to produce 700 units, and for the B we are going to produce 500 units. B is a more profitable, so we have consumed the maximum capacity of the B in the 500 units, but the scarcity is been applied on the A just because it's a less profitable than the B. So we are going to produce the A 700 and B 500. Understood? Let's start with the illustration number 15. A company manufactured two products, O and P. the following details related to the two products O and P: selling price, material, direct labor hours. Direct labor hours, wage rate is 1 rupee per hour, 25 hours, 10 hours. Variable overhead, 80% of the direct wages, here it's 80% of the direct wages. Total fixed overhead is 5,000. If the labor is in short supply, that means the labor in short supply, that means key factor is here labor, then production of the product is profitable if the production capacity of the factory 1000 unit of the O and 2000 unit of the P, and the 40,000 hours labor hours are available, then how much of the each product should be manufactured to get the maximum profit. Here key factor is labor and the total available labor hours is 40,000, right? So let's start. O, P, selling price is given 145.98. Then we have to calculate the variable cost, right? So let's calculate the variable cost. First is material. Material is 50, then 40 plus labor. Labor 25 hours per 1 rupee per hour. So 25 into 1, it will come 25, and 10 into 1, it will come 10 plus variable overhead. So 80% of the direct wages. So 25 into 80%, it will come 20, and 10's 80%, it will come 8. So total variable cost would be 50 plus 25 plus 20, it will come 95. And for the P, variable cost is 40 plus 10 plus 5, it will come 58. There is a variable cost. Then output, maximum output for O 1000 units and for P 2000 units, and available labor is equals to 40,000 labor hours, right? Now let's start with the calculation. First step we have to find out the contribution per unit. O, P, selling price 145.48 minus variable cost that we have to find out 95 and 50, sorry, here it will come 98, 58. Contribution per unit come 145 minus 95, it will come 50, and in the P it will come 40. The contribution per unit is 50 and 40. Then step number 2, we have to find out the contribution per unit of key factor. What is the key factor here? Here key factor is labor. So first we have to find out the contribution per unit of the key factor. Write down the contribution per unit O and P. 50, 40. Divide by labor per hour required. So labor per unit required. So for the O, 25 hours is required, and for the P, 10 hours is required. So it's in divide 50 divided by 25, it will come 2 rupees, and 40 divided by 10, it will come 4 rupees. So which is a more profitable? Obviously P is a more profitable than the O. So in the optimum mix, first we are going to produce P, then whatever remaining hours is available, out of that we are going to produce O. So first preference given to the P. So total available hours is equals to 40,000 hours. Out of which first we are going to produce P at the maximum capacity. So P's maximum capacity is 2000 units. units. For the each unit required 10 hours. So 2000 into 10, it will come 20,000. So 20,000 hours are consumed in the production of the P. The remaining 20,000 hours is there. Out of 20,000 hours, we are going to produce product O. So total now available hours is equals to 20,000 divided by per unit available for the O. So per unit hour required for the O is a 25. So 20,000 divided by 25. It will come 8,000 units. So optimum mix is equals to P. We have at a maximum capacity of the 2000 units. So we are going to produce 2000 units of the P and 800 units of O. This is our maximum profit we can earn from this optimum mix. Okay. For the practice work, the homework is practical number 34, Dikshita Chemical Limited, in which raw material is a key factor. They are producing two products, X and Y. Raw material, direct labor, variable overhead, selling price, all of the given, you have to find out the maximum profit. That means optimum mix you have to find out, right? Then second is 35. The following particular related to the manufactured product A and B, both the product shows same raw material. Assuming the raw material is a key factor. Here also there is a raw material is a key factor. The direct material, direct labor, variable overhead is given. You have to find out the maximum optimum mix to find out the maximum profit. Here and in the second, the assuming the labor hour key factor. First we have to find out the assuming that the material is the key factor, and then you have to find out the optimum mix. And in the second point, assuming the labor hours is a key factor. So in this sum you can find out the both the optimum output with the when first is key factor is a material and second the key factor is labor. 90,000 hours maximum hours available, and in the B 16,000 kgs maximum raw materials available. On the both of this condition you have to find out the and the maximum sales is given by of the each of the product 5,000 units. So X and Y maximum output of the both of the product is 5,000 units. And third, practical number 43B. 43B, Madhvi Co Limited, which achar and papad is there, and the labor is in a short supply, right? And you have to find out the each product should be manufactured to get the maximum profit. So Madhvi is producing achar and papad. Selling price is given, direct material, labor and variable overhead. Out of that we have to find out the total variable cost, and then total available hours is 80,000 hours for the achar 2000 units is maximum can be produced, and 4000 units of the papad can be produced. So you have to find out the optimum mix for the Madhvi Company Limited achar and papad. Okay, thank you.